7 Action News investigator Bill Proctor first told you about a local man making a living off the backs of poor people.
And now we find out Leonard Bale was busted years ago by another Action News investigator, and he only got a slap on the wrist. What can be done about this guy, Bill?
They've been working on it. A lot of the victims say what's happening now is long overdue. In fact, local real estate lawyers took a close look at property records involving Bale, the sales records, and they filed a lawsuit accusing him of fraud. They believe what Bale has done could be criminal. And we know Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy is now investigating him, but some are trying to warn others about Bale, and they are doing it by any means necessary. One warning came in the form of a message scribbled on a bathroom wall of a house Bale sold recently. It sent the newest occupants to WXYZ.com. The writer clearly had seen our stories on Bale. Leonard Bale has dodged our questions again and again. He sells houses on land contract, but many people, like these buyers gathered round our conference table, later discovered the house they thought they were buying from Bale is in foreclosure. That means the bank or the county owns the house, not Bale. And they are out the thousands of dollars in cash they put down and the money shelled out to fix up the property. But the people we talked to are just a handful of the many who have crossed Bale's path. Len Bale has been around a very long time, and he's been dodging questions just as long.
Mr. Bale, why are you...
That's 7 Action News investigator Shelley Smith back in 1996, 16 years ago, questioning Bale. At the time, Bale was a landlord who had a rent with the option to buy policy, and this man had good reason to run from the Bale house he rented.
We kept seeing rats open this door here and come out. See, there's one.
Back then, Bale had about 120 rental properties, all in Wayne County. That's a partial list from the old Bale story showing where they are. Bale has even more houses now. County records show more than 485 properties. And today, we get the same kind of response about the condition of the houses Bale offers.
This is the bathroom. If you use the toilet, the sink, the tub, everything overflows.
But as Shelley Smith reported back then, Bale was paying his tenants a fee to file a homestead exemption in their name. But Bale used those exemptions to get a tax break. By law, you can only claim a homestead exemption on the home you live in. These court records show Bale was charged with a misdemeanor and paid a few $1,000s fine.
I think it's despicable.
Fast forward now to this single Wayne County mother of 3 who bought a house from Bale 2.5 years ago. Another Bale house, she says, more dilapidated than livable.
Very crappy, very poor. Probably shouldn't be living there.
She made repairs and held on only to discover a bank is moving to foreclose, meaning Bale has no real authority to fulfill his end of the land contract deal. And then there's Clayton Waldrop in Dearborn Heights.
We're making our payments on schedule.
Clayton and his family of 6 found a bank foreclosure notice on their house just months after buying from Bale on what turned out to be another worthless land contract. He has a simple request.
So, Mr. Prosecutor, please take my tax money and put this sucker in jail.
7 Action News was there when a half-dozen people went to complain to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. They say they never heard back. Why no answer? And why hasn't Bale been considered for charges?
All I can say is it's under investigation, so I can't come on the facts.
We caught up with Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy.
Most of our deed fraud cases and mortgage fraud cases take a long time because they're very paper intensive.
Attorney Mike Jaafar represents 10 people he says are frustrated with waiting on local government to go after Bale. He filed a lawsuit against Bale alleging fraud and civil conspiracy to commit fraud. But he and his law partners say there's plenty of evidence to support criminal charges.
We've seen a regular and ongoing pattern of obtaining money from unsuspecting people by false pretenses.
The very same people who complained to the Wayne County prosecutor about Bale say they also took complaints to the state attorney general's office. Well, the spokesman says the AG is no longer investigating Leonard Bale.
Yeah, Bill, this kind of thing's been going on now, apparently unabated for 15 years or so. What's going to happen now?
10 people filed in this most recent lawsuit. Could be 10 more very soon. Of course, it's in civil court. It kind of plods along, but they're hoping that finally Bale is standing in front of a judge and has to answer some tough questions.
All right, plod is a good word. All right, thanks, Bill.